Hello friends, welcome once again to Champion Wealth Creators YouTube channel. And today I wanted to give you some interesting ideas on the concept of freedom SIP, which is predominantly launched by ICICI Prudential Mutual Fund. And it is a very good concept which helps investors to plan their investment and also to plan their cash flow requirement accordingly. What I'm talking about is the freedom SIP. Okay, let me look at the first slide to explain it to you. See, here you can have an SIP tenure ranging between 8 to 15 years. Usually, as you know, equity SIP has to be for long term, but here we can also look at the medium term. So your SIP tenure determines how much of withdrawal you can do in the later stage. For example, say you are starting with a 10,000 rupees SIP and you are doing it for 8 years. Then you can withdraw 10,000 perpetually for a long period. Similarly, for 10 years, the withdrawal can be, if it is 10,000, it can be 15,000. And if it is for 12 years, if it is 10,000, the withdrawal can be 20,000. And if it is 15 years, it is 3 times, which is actually 30,000. So how this works? Because as you know, the longer the tenure, the greater the wealth creation. Here, what they are trying to do is, by making you to invest with a goal, with a small target corpus in mind, once you attain that 8th year or 10th year or 12th year or 15th year respectively, you will get a corpus. That corpus will be moved in a asset allocation fund. How that asset allocation fund will be done by the fund manager, where your advisor will help you to look at whether to choose a aggressive asset allocation fund or a defensive asset allocation fund, something like a balance advantage fund or asset allocation hybrid fund similarly. So what that is, that will help you to protect the corpus of whatever SIP amount has created. From there, the withdrawal starts on a monthly basis. The same day, once you started the SIP, the same day the withdrawal will also happen. This will help you to have a financial discipline. So how much of withdrawal and how big the corpus will be? Okay, let me take you to the next slide. So here if you see, suppose for example, I am just taking an example of 10,000 SIP, which is very easier to understand. If you have done for the next 8 years, your corpus value become 15 lakh 70. On that, you are withdrawing 10,000, which is actually less than 8% of the capital withdrawal. Similarly, for 10 years, 12 years, and 15 years also, even though the withdrawal amount is big, but if you look at the annual return or the withdrawal percentage, it is less than 8%. So what it means is that you are having a disciplined cash flow, and since a mutual fund works with the principle of first in and first out, you don't have to pay tax on that, or the tax percentage is very minimal. With 1 lakh capital gain is also been taken into, and this also help you to create a corpus in spite of the withdrawal. So this works in two ways. That's one, it gives you effective cash flow on a monthly basis once at the end of the tenure, and also it gives you a much higher amount so that you can beat inflation in a much bigger way. And there is another point also to it. Okay, let us say you had a goal for 12 years and your corpus has come, but the cash flow requirement is not there. It is not that you can withdraw immediately. You can even park it in a balance fund and do the withdrawal in the later stage also. This will help you to take care of the corpus, whatever it has been planned, and also which will help you to have a higher withdrawal at a greater percentage. So this is about the freedom SIP. So why I am bringing this to retail investors? Because most of the retail investors, I have noticed, they have been withdrawing money on a suddenly for an emergency. For example, they invested for 7 years, suddenly on a single day they are withdrawing the entire amount. It could be for a holiday or whatever, it could be for a medical emergency or something like that, which I honestly want you to please avoid, because only a goal based investment will help you. Because investment should be done based on goal, investment should be done based on better cash flow, investment should be done based on a long term objective. Your corpus, as long as it stays in the fund, it always grows. But if you keep withdrawing suddenly without looking at by going for instant gratification, you might lose out on the bigger compounding and bigger wealth generation potential. So this freedom SIP definitely helps you to plan your investments in a more disciplined way and withdraw in a more disciplined way, and also help you to have regular cash flow, because it is investment is only done with the objective of generating return later. And this freedom SIP will definitely help you to reach that. And to know more about how to plan freedom SIP in your asset allocation, what type of funds which can choose, which will help you to reach the goal, I can definitely help you and connect with you on this. Thank you very much for listening, and look forward to connect.